This video shows you how to set up advanced analytics with the ePropertyCare video plan. This is an upgrade from the standard video plan. So first, log into the Building 36 website. In your main screen, go to the video section along the left and click on video. Now, if you have a Mac computer, you likely have to enable Flash in order for the video image to get pulled. So what we're going to do is go to recording rules. So we're going to add a new rule. And if you have the video upgrade enabled in your plan, this video object detection will show up. So let's click on that. And what this is doing is pulling the current image from the video camera that I have set up on my front door. And it gives you two different options of alerts. So the first is a ground zone. So this is if I could draw an area on the screen where an object comes in there and remains there, that will trigger an alert and a recording. The second option is a tripwire. So if an object passes the tripwire one way or the other, that will trigger the recording event. This video right here is my front porch. So if someone is walking by on the sidewalk here, I don't want to trigger a video. But if they step across my threshold here and come onto my porch to drop off a package or come to the door, that's when I want to record a notification and a video. So I'm going to select tripwire. So now you got to determine the object size that you want to capture. So you could go from by slide over here, very small objects. So this is if a leaf blew across that would trigger it. But you might want to say, you know what, I want a larger object. So I'm going to wait till go here. So very large, and medium-sized objects will trigger motion events. So I click next. So now it's going to take you to the screen where it's going to ask you to set up the actual tripwire. So let's let the video load here for a second. And first, we got to set a name for the rule. So we'll call this front porch tripwire. So the image is getting loaded right here. So I'm going to drag the point of this down here to the porch. And I'm going to drag the other side up here. So this is basically saying if something crosses this line, it's going to trigger a motion event. Now, the cool thing about this is you could choose directionality. So when the arrow is pointing away like this is saying if something walks out of the house and crosses that wire, it will trigger a recording. Or I could say, you know what, I want both directions. If people leave or come in, that's what I want to know. But actually, in this use case, I don't care if someone leaves the house. I just care if someone comes to the front door. So I'm going to switch the direction and say, okay, so if someone crosses from this area across the wire to the porch, it's going to trigger the recording that I want. So I'm going to leave this in place. I'm now going to say, do I want to delay any delays between the clips? So if someone crossed repeatedly over the course of a period of time, you could get 5 video alerts. I don't necessarily want that. So I'm going to say, you know what, let's do a 15-second delay between clips. Then I want this rule to run at all times, but you have the ability to choose certain days and certain times for the rule to be active. But in this case, I want this to run all the time. You have the ability to then set a thing called a geofence. So if I set up a geofence with my phone, it will know when I'm home, because there will be a 2-mile radius and it will read your GPS signal. So if I said, you know what, when I'm home, I don't want this rule to run, I could click here, choose my phone, and select the geofence. But in this case, I want this to run all the time because we want to know when packages are delivered when we're home. The software also has the ability to detect different types of objects. So it could distinguish between a person, an animal, and a vehicle. So in this case, I don't care if a dog runs up here that's walking along the sidewalk, so I'm going to uncheck that. I'm going to uncheck a vehicle because that shouldn't come onto my porch. I'm going to leave a person though, because that's really the critical one that I want to be notified about. So what I'm going to do here then is now select the push notifications. So my wife and I both want to get notified when a video image is detected. So you could either do text only, or could actually attach the thumbnail picture of the actual motion event. So that lets you quickly see, is this important or is this not important? You can also set up text or email notifications as well. Now, one cool thing about the advanced analytics is you could set it to trigger smart lights. So if I had a smart front porch light, I could say if video is detected, if motion is detected on my porch, automatically turn on the light. So you could do some customizations around that, and then I'm going to click Save. So now it's sending the video settings to the camera and getting the rule enabled. So we got to get a second here to fully load all these settings. Okay, so now we have front porch tripwire, and when an object crosses that tripwire, to notify me and my wife with a video clip attachment at all times. So when the rule is blue, it's enabled. If we click that, it would disable it. But in this case, this is a rule that we want to have running at all times. So I'm going to enable this when I'm able to here. But I got to wait for it to read from the camera. So there we go. So that's how we set up a basic advanced analytics with the motion detection and object detection service that's part of the ePropertyCare video plan. Thank you for watching.